He shot her like she was a dog. And I wouldn't even do that to a dog.
"25-year-old Kavannah Smith was getting ready to embrace a new role in life, motherhood. It's something that not too many people in her circle knew about just yet, but in the investigation into the death of Kavannah, it's an important fact. Sharing that news with her boyfriend, 25-year-old Kwame Travion Boyd from Houston, could have possibly been the reason for her death. While searching for clues and evidence, police found a greeting card addressed to her boyfriend that shared the news that they were expecting. At the time of her death, Kavannah was a little over 4 weeks pregnant. At that stage, not too many women even know they're pregnant, but Kavannah found out early.
Kavannah Smith's family, who says she had her own apartment, her own job, and a huge support system. She was fine raising that child on her own, even though he was unhappy. They're trying to understand how a pregnancy would turn into a murder. 25-year-old Kavannah Smith shot to death and left on the side of the road. Her family now fighting for her killer to be put behind bars.
He shot her like she was a dog. And I wouldn't even do that to a dog.
Brittany Wilson exclusively speaking with ABC 13 News, telling us she went with her sister for an ultrasound on October 5th after finding out she was pregnant, the day before she was murdered. Smith was nervous, but excited.
We were happy. We were happy to be there.
Wilson says her sister told the man she was dating, Kwame Boyd, he didn't take the news lightly.
He did not want the pregnancy. He didn't want any more children.
Smith went to see Boyd to get money he owed her. Her text reveals she feared something could happen.
And she said, I'm going to get my money. If anything happens to me, this is where I'm at.
That same night, one of their other sisters received a chilling screenshot from Smith's best friend. The text sent from Smith, timestamped at 6:45 p.m., say, I've been kidnapped. I'm in the back of Kwan's truck. They called 911. According to court records, while police were investigating the kidnapping, Smith's body was found on Reed Street near Irvington. Boyd has been charged with capital murder and now has a warrant out for his arrest. Records show police found a positive pregnancy test in his apartment with a note and an ultrasound picture. Smith was one of 5 children. Her mother describes her as the life of the family. With a big career ahead of her, she was an entrepreneur and going back to school to get her master's in criminal justice.
She was my daughter. She was a wonderful person. She did not deserve what happened to her. And my main concern now is that justice will be served.
During the search of the home, investigators found other items regarding Kavannah's pregnancy, such as an ultrasound dated on October 5th, her name on it, along with 2 positive pregnancy tests. But the texts were a huge clue that even Kavannah knew something was up. After sending the location text, Kavannah reportedly called a friend. While the friend picked up the call, they said the call was muffled and they couldn't hear much. Then the phone hung up. It's likely the friend just assumed it was a pocket dial at the time, having no clue what was really happening. Witnesses state they saw Kwame shoot Kavannah in the head before walking away and entering a white pickup truck. When Kavannah was found, she was reportedly dead at the scene. No matter what, Kwame is a person of interest in the case, and currently he's on the run. The incredible number of friends and family members who were blessed to have Kavannah in their lives are now grieving the unexpected loss while searching for answers, as well as justice. Based on their clues, it seems as if Kavannah was excited about the pregnancy, even though it wasn't planned. The greeting card police found reportedly says, Kwan, I know this isn't what we expected, but we are expecting. They also found a receipt from back in September for a 9mm firearm, 9mm 124 grain ammunition, and 5.56 45mm ammunition. Those matched up with the bullets that were found at the scene of the crime, further linking Kwame to the event.
Her sister telling Melissa Correa an arrest may bring some closure.
Even in short bits of video, we can learn something about Kavannah Smith.
She was a character.
With a zest for life.
She did. She was also the middle child. So she had a little bit of that middle child syndrome.
One of 5 Houston siblings.
She was the balance.
And a teacher.
25 years old.
Working towards her master's in criminal justice.
So youth probation. She had a heart for children.
With one of her own.
She was going to be a mom.
On the way.
June next year.
Older sister Brittany Wilson says she was the first to get the news in early October.
I was excited. I'm like...
Says Kavana was about a month pregnant when she disappeared the morning of October 6th. Brittany still remembers the text message she got at 6:42 a.m.
And it just read, I'm going to go get my money from Quan. I'm at this location if anything happens.
She says Quan,
She dropped her GPS location.
or Quanmaine Boyd, was Kavana's boyfriend. Hours passed, and the family, who were in
Constant
communication with each other, hadn't heard from their sister.
Her vehicle, along with all of her personal belongings, purse, keys to the car, like something's wrong.
Houston police found 25-year-old Kavana Smith shot to death in the middle of Reed Street, reportedly a few miles from Boyd's apartment. This month, a judge signed off on a capital murder warrant for his arrest.
The day I found out that my sister was no longer here, it felt like the earth opened up and tried to swallow me whole. Grief sucks. And so I'm asking the public, if you see him, to let someone know.
As time passes, Brittany is learning more about the day her sister died. The criminal justice student apparently sent messages to friends, left clues about her possible kidnapping.
She practically solved her own case.
A young woman excited about the promise of motherhood, whose vivacious spirit holds steady in the videos and photos left behind.
Am I proud of my sister? I'm extremely proud of her. That even in her last moments, she was strong.
The man accused of shooting and killing his pregnant girlfriend is now under arrest. Quanmaine Boyd is charged with capital murder for the shooting death of Kavana Smith. If convicted, he faces up to life in prison without the possibility of parole or the death penalty.
Boyd, who went on the run, is unemployed and has no income, but is responsible for $250 a month in support payments for his 4 children, who range in age from 1 to 5. He was booked into the Harris County Jail on Friday at 9:26 p.m. and is being held without bond. Kavana's mother stated, "I'm glad that he's been arrested. The family is very emotional and distraught. Whatever happens to him, if justice is served, I'm glad, but it's not going to bring my daughter back."